Hercules reduces the potency of incoming bleed effects by 50%. He also reduces the potency of poison effects by 15% and makes the recovery reduction from poison 20% less effective. Hercules has 3 feats of strength to accomplish per match in order to gain 1 indefinite strength passive. The first feat is to strike a non-stunned opponent with any heavy attack. Feat number 2 is to intercept a dashing opponent with any attack. And feat number 3 is to stand up after being knocked down. Completing a feat grants 1 indefinite strength. Each strength increases armor penetration and causes all attacks to deal a burst of physical damage equal to 10% of the damage they dealt. For 2 seconds after completing a feat, Hercules gains an increased attack rating and plus 50% buff duration. If a special attack is activated during this time, the bonus remains throughout the special attack. While Hercules has strength, he becomes stun immune. Each stun prevented by this immunity removes 1 strength. The first time each unique feat is completed in a fight, gain plus 1 persistent strength for the rest of the quest, allowing Hercules to start each fight with strength equal to his persistent strength. Dashing back after landing the first light or medium attack in a combo will inflict a non-stacking INFURIATE debuff for 7 seconds, making the opponent more aggressive and reducing their offensive ability accuracy by 60%. This has a cooldown of 10 seconds. When activating Special Attack 1, you will gain a True Sense buff, bypassing the effects of miss and auto block for 16 seconds. And the first hit of Special Attack 1 grants a precision buff, increasing critical rating for 25 seconds. If this attack was used to intercept a dashing opponent, gain plus 2 additional precision buffs. During Special Attack 2, the potency of burst damage dealt via strength during this attack is increased by 50% for each armor up effect on the opponent, up to a maximum increase of 200%. The first hit of Special Attack 2 grants a cruelty buff, increasing critical damage rating for 15 seconds. If this attack was used to intercept a dashing opponent, gain plus 2 additional cruelty buffs. The final hit has a 100% chance to inflict a 3-second stun debuff. Using Special Attack 3, you will gain an indestructible buff, preventing all damage for 4 seconds. After this attack, if the opponent has 3 bars of power, Hercules gains a power gain buff, granting 100% of a bar of power over 3 seconds. Once per fight, an awakened Hercules, when receiving damage that would result in a knockout, will gain an immortality buff, preventing death and making Hercules unblockable for between 3.9 to 9 seconds. Immortality is paused during personal special attacks or while landing basic attacks, and is removed if struck by Special Attack 3. In addition, an awakened Hercules for 2 seconds after completing a feat will gain 6.71 to 35% combat power rate. To get the most out of playing Hercules, you need to focus on 2 primary things. The first is building strength. I found the best way to do this to be to parry and stun the opponent, and then hold your heavy attack. Just as the parry stun wears off, right at that split second you want to release your heavy attack. If timed correctly, the heavy attack has 2 hits to it. You will hit with both of them while the opponent is no longer stunned, and you will gain 2 strength. If you mess up your timing just slightly, that's okay. You will still gain 1 strength from this method. The second thing you want to do while playing Hercules is to intercept the opponent with your special attacks. I found the best way to do this to be to parry and stun the opponent again, strike them with either a medium or light attack, and then dash back. This will inflict them with an Infuriate debuff as soon as their stun wears off, and they are very likely to dash in when this happens. Instead of intercepting with a medium or light attack, just fire off your special attack and intercept with either your special 1 or special 2. As far as the rotation goes for maximum damage between those two, what I have found is to gain as much power as possible to fire off your special 1, meaning gain almost as much power as it would to be to get your full 2 bars of power. Right before you hit your full 2 bars, do your parry, stun, infuriate, and intercept with a special 1. This will make sure that you stack as much precision, the 3 precision buffs, that you possibly can. This is going to increase your critical rating. Then, you will build back up to a special 2 and repeat the process. You will gain as much strength as possible, parry, stun, hit with a medium or light attack to infuriate the opponent again, dash back, this time intercepting with the special 3. At this point, you should have 3 precision, 3 cruelty buffs, and combined together, you're going to be hitting pretty much every single hit of the special 2 as a critical strike. Remember that the infuriate debuff does have a cooldown timer of 10 seconds, so you may get to that special 2 before the cooldown timer finishes. That's okay, just wait it out. You should not get to your special 3 by that point. Remember that we also want to build persistent charges for future fights. Now, to do this, again, you can use that parry and heavy combo that we talked about, but you're also going to want to intercept the opponent. If you don't know how to intercept, I found the best way to intercept opponents to be parry and stun, as usual. Then you want to do a 3 to 4 hit combo. What you're going to want to do is do a medium, light, 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 and then dash back. Many times, if the opponent is aggressive enough, they will dash in after you. As your dash ends, throw a medium or light attack, and then continue this method. If you were to want to intercept multiple times, I found it best to use a 3-hit combo, so medium, light, light, dash back. As they dash in, intercept with a medium, light, light, dash back. A lot of times you can actually keep an intercept pattern going over and over. Remember, only the first time you get a unique feat accomplished will you get that persistent charge for the next fight. A few last minute tips as well. Remember that Hercules does very well against armored opponents, as the more armor buffs that they have, the more burst damage he will do per strength when using his special 2. So again, fighting someone like Colossus, the armor buffs are really not that big of a deal. It's kind of like playing with Venom the Duck and how he inflicts people with more armor that he can then deal more damage with. Remember that also using the special 1, you will gain a true sense buff, which will allow you to bypass auto block and miss. So he's going to be great in fights against anyone who can evade or go invisible, such as the Hood. We're going to be seeing his buff coming up again soon, but as well anyone who can auto block, so Guardian, Medusa, Infinity War, Iron Man, these type of champions. While you do not need Hercules to be awakened in order to dish out a lot of damage, remember that awakening him will give him much more survivability, very similar to Immortal Hulk, where he gains that immortality buff at the end if he is about to die. This really can come in clutch and help you win a lot of fights, as you're seeing right here and in some of the earlier gameplay. Remember finally, with the special 3, if you're going to use it, you should use it just before the opponent is about to get their special 3. This will not only ensure that you get that indestructible buff for 4 seconds, but also that you gain 100% of a bar of power over 3 seconds, thus allowing you more quickly to get back into your normal rotation of special 1 followed by a special 2.